But it's not immoral to me. I'm a free person that lives in Canada, in a free country.
I understand that.
Just because you come up to me and tell me it's immoral, doesn't mean I have to say, you know what, you're right, it's immoral.
Is there anything wrong with that?
With what? Eating an elk? Killing an elk and then surviving?
Yeah.
Okay, and so let's just say that that was the only thing you're eating, okay? Would you be willing to trade places with that animal and be somebody's meal for a year?
What if someone shot you?
Frankly, it's the dog-eat-dog world, right? So it's a matter of hierarchy. Would you rather be a bear, or would you rather be, I don't know.
I would rather be a vegan, and I'd rather be a vegan in a world that I don't have to kill.
So is a bear or a wolf or another carnivorous animal, a polar bear, are they then evil because they're eating other meat?
They are what they're called. They are required to eat animals. Yeah, obligate carnivores.
Okay.
We're not.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Now what about the Inuit? Who have grown up with no vegetables?
Are you an Inuit?
I am not.
Okay, so
you don't have to be an Inuit to sustain your family with meat.
Yeah.
But you don't have to actually sustain yourself with meat, though. That's the original argument, though, right?
My entire life, the only reason me and my sisters didn't die at some points through the winter was because of that.
Okay, but do you need to do that right now?
Are you in that situation now?
When you're going to the grocery store right now, are you in that survival situation?
No.
Then why are you doing it? How are you justifying it?
Why would I change my whole life? Why wouldn't I do the same thing for my family? Because it's more of a natural way to produce for my family.
But what we're saying is if you don't need to do something that you can't justify.
There's lots of things we don't need to do. We don't need electronics like this standing on the corner of the street.
Who's dying because of this?
Prove nobody is. How do you know nobody is?
This I can't tell if somebody has died from this as a direct result, but I know that when you put a piece of meat on somebody's plate or your plate, an animal has to die for that, which they did not consent to giving up their life for. Well, it's not perfect. We're telling people that if you don't believe in, if you can't justify it, then you shouldn't do it.
Well, I can justify it.
You can't justify it, right?
I can.
How?
Usually
Because I can justify it to myself. Just because you can't justify it doesn't mean that I can.
No, but tell me, give me a good reason.
Because that's the way I grew up. That's what has a deep-rooted history of my family, of how I survived and how we grew up as a poor family. And that's something I appreciate where I am today. So I'm going to continue doing that.
No, I just want to understand your position, though, right? So you're saying that because you've done something historically, you should be allowed to do it, continue to do it, right?
I should be.
Okay, so if I say that I used to torture and kidnap people, that throughout it's my history, man, and actually I enslaved them too. I should be able to continue to do that because that is really dear to me.
Well, there's laws against that.
But does legality always equal morality?
No, not always.
But
Right.
it's proof that
So why would we do something that's immoral even though it's legal?
best friend and his whole family's vegan. He works.
But it's not immoral to me. I'm a free person that lives in Canada, in a free country.
I
don't
understand
need to,
that.
just because you come up to me and tell me it's immoral, doesn't mean I have to say, you know what, you're right, it's immoral. Because I know it's immoral to me and to my family.
Okay, well explain how it's moral then.
Explain how it's not. You can explain how it's not to you, and I can explain how it is to me. You and I can fight all day long.
The burden of proof isn't on me. I'm putting forth a statement saying that's immoral, so you're telling me that how it's moral to you.
It's moral to me because I feel like the entire history of the world grew up this way. That this is how
we've done a lot of things in the past that we finally said we've transitioned away from.
You can't wrap everything, like she just said, Nazism and stuff like that. If you take this one subject and you can wrap it into every horrible thing that's happened in the history of the fucking world, then it's not. You can do that all you want. You can wrap racism into it. You can wrap Nazism.
Right, because and this is I think the analogy she's trying to make is that there's a victim associated with racism, with sexism, with any kind of ism you can think of. We're talking about speciesism. We're saying that there's a victim behind this. This person,
feudalism, antism.
Okay, and are any of those isms justifiable?
Depends on who you ask. If
I'm asking you.
I'm sure it's going to be different.
No, I'm asking you. But the thing is
pesticide in your house. If you've ever killed a spider, if you've ever stepped on a beetle, if you've ever flicked a ladybug off your arm, if you've ever hit a bird with your car, like there's lots of things.
The philosophy with veganism is doing as the least amount of harm and death as practically possible. If you're driving down a road as a vegan and you hit a bug in your windshield, there's no intent there. When you go and pay somebody to do that, you're paying the hitman to kill a sentient living being that doesn't want to die.
But how many mice, rodents, insects, everything like that die to keep these crops going?
Like I said, the majority of crops we grow, 1/3 of all land mass is dedicated to animal agriculture and agriculture in general. If we all became vegan, we would reduce that to 1/10 of the land that we're using. So that means a lot less land is being used, less deaths. Veganism is not perfect, but it's the best thing we got right now. And until somebody like you figures out a better way, then we're stuck with veganism.
That's an opinion, but that's fine.
Why is it an opinion?
Because you just said it's the best way we have,
right?
Which is your opinion. So I said it's an opinion.
Well, I'll tell you why it's our best thing we have, because it's going to reduce animal suffering, animal death. It's going to reduce the amount of CO2 output in the world, because the number one cause of CO2 in our atmosphere is animal agriculture. It's going to cause a lot less deaths in slaughterhouses from even the slaughterhouse workers. They're the ones getting COVID-19 now. Have you been watching the news? Along the whole line, and just in the slaughterhouse general, like number one job for PTSD. There's a lot wrapped up into animal agriculture. That's more than just animal deaths as well, right? So I've just put forth 5 arguments. How do you say that animal agriculture is better for the world?
I'm not saying it's better.
Okay, should we do better in the world?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we
in many different ways.
Okay,
not just this way.
That's a fair statement. We should do better in the world. I just gave you 5 reasons why animal agriculture is bad, and we should be vegan to make the world better.
They do, yeah.
Why are you not vegan?
I think deforestation.
But like in reality,
Animal agriculture is causing the majority of devastation, deforestation.
I don't think so. I think agriculture.
Google it right now, man. Amazon. Well, then you'll be proven wrong, right?
No.
Amazon just look it up. The Amazon is burning at a football
field.
field.
You guys are talking about and what you guys are doing.
Well, I appreciate debates, and I want to know your position, because I want to get inside your mind, because I've been there.
You want to prove me wrong is all you want.
Well, no, I've been exactly to where you are. I was not vegan my whole life, man. 5 years ago I made the switch. I couldn't justify it anymore. I had all the exact same excuses as you.
They're not excuses. My life's mine. And my choice is mine.
Their life is not yours, though. Their life is not theirs. Their life is theirs.
Extreme situation.
What is extreme about that?
What do you mean what's not extreme about that? I worked in one of these places.
Okay, yeah.
It was nothing
do you still work there?
No.
Why didn't you still work there?
Because I took on a trade.
Okay.
A building trade. I went to school.
So you're saying that they don't kill animals?
Never said that.
Then what's extreme? What makes it extreme?
The way that you show it, you got videos of people kicking animals, abusing animals, throwing them around and stuff like that. I've been to maybe 90% of the slaughterhouses in Alberta.
Sure.
And I've never seen one like that.
You've never seen any animals get killed?
No, that's not what I'm referring to.
So this is actually Canadian footage. This is from Mercy for Animals. It comes from BC. There might be Alberta, I don't know, but I know for sure BC. You're telling me that one province over, that they've somehow magically fixed the problem?
I don't know. I know there's huge standards for it. There's entire organizations.
You worked in the slaughterhouse? What's the standard? First of all, what animals did you kill?
We did pigs and cattle.
Okay, so how do you kill a pig?
We used an air compressor, like a rod that shot out.
Okay. And how did you actually bleed it dry?
We didn't bleed it dry.
So they just lived their lives after you stunned them in the head?
No, they died.
So let's just say that they were hung up by their feet and they were fully
not by their feet.
Or by their hooks, wherever which way.
Yeah.
Okay.
talking anyway.
How do you justify taking their life?
Because I want that for my family. I need it to sustain.
You don't need it to sustain though. You can eat a vegan diet and you can be completely healthy.
Depends on who you ask. There you go.
There you go.
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
Ask anybody here that's been living.
I can ask all the people wearing masks.
5 years, man. 5 years.
That's great.
Okay.
So what about when you're fishing? Got the fish, dry it up.
Got eyes.
They feel pain too.
Mother eye.
They do. They've done scientific studies. So I mean, if you wouldn't want to get a hook through your mouth,
That's a good question.
and you don't need to eat that fish. I mean, if you're on the Alone show, right? Have you watched that show?
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're out in the middle of the wilderness. There's probably a vegan that will say, you know what, I'm gonna live. I'm gonna survive. I'm gonna do what I need to survive. But the fact is we're on White Avenue. There's probably like 4 or 5 different vegan restaurants on this thing. They taste great. You know what? Even let's say there wasn't any vegan restaurants and you had to eat just like French fries and stuff. You can still survive off of a vegan vegan diet.
I know anonymous.
And an animal doesn't need to suffer and die.
French fries aren't healthy.
Well, we're not out here for health. We're only out for ethics. As long as an animal's not getting tortured and murdered and killed.
I'm all about being healthy.
What's that?
I'm more about being healthy than I am about.
Yeah. Well, there you took the right thing because there's a lot of great information in those stuff.
Hey,
Like what, the masks?
let's go get a vegan beer.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button so you don't miss a video. Thanks so much.